For that, I am going to call on stage our seasonal Toastmaster, Mr. Abrar Ahmed Wani.
Toastmaster of the day. The Toastmaster fellows and distinguished guests. Tall tale. What is the meaning of tall tale? Anyone? Lambi dum. Well, it's not T-A-I-L, it's T-A-L-E. Tale stands for story. Okay. So the tall tale means the story in which you exaggerate the normal thing or the things of the mundane discussion into a bigger one that is unbelievable usually. But the art is that you picturize the overall story in such a way that your audience can visualize that. Though it's not true, but they can visualize what you are portraying here. That is a true winning tall tale. It does not matter that whether you take the podium or not. Well, first of all, in order to contest the tall tale, I would like you to be accustomed with the ballot. So, basically, a tall tale consists of, number one, the content of the speech that carries 30 marks. Then there is delivery that consists of speech delivery, your physical appearances and physical reactions, and then your voice. That contains 55 marks. So the major portion in a tall tale is basically delivery. If you are delivering great, trust me, you have the game in your hand. And the last but not the least, the language. The language carries 15 marks. So I will briefly elaborate to you one by one. Number one, content. What should be the content? Your content should consist of the information that could easily be understandable by your audience. If you are delivering a content that your audience could easily grasp and digest it, that is a very valuable content. There should be a proper opening with transition towards the climax. And remember, there should be the end goal which actually the character of tall tale is achieving. If you are unable to achieve that goal and you abruptly finish your speech without giving anything outside, there will be not a proper tall tale and you will not be marked based on your content. The next portion is the delivery, the major thing. In delivery, that consists of speech techniques, how you use pun, slapsticks, humor, surprise twist within your speech. That is very important. This is a major tool which actually grasps the audience attention. So if you are enough expert in bringing pun in your speech, bringing slapsticks, bringing humor, surprise twist, this is something your audience will be in touch with you throughout the speech. And that making them unable to disengage from you will give you the marks in your tall tale. Then physical presentation or physical representation. If you are accustomed or costumed properly with respect to your speech delivery, for example, if you are portraying a genie, if you are portraying a character of any king or a queen and you costumed of that, that will be very relevant and that carries the marks of the physical representation. And even though if you are unable to present yourself with respect to the costume, you can mimic in the form of voice. For example, if you are talking about some animal, like a goat, bah, bah. So these kind of voices can actually play a major part while the physical representation. Then the part of the voice. In Tall Tale, that is the only story in which your voice modulation cannot be monotonous. It is not a normal speech. In normal speech, you can be monotonous, even though not loud, but you can be. But in a tall tale, because you are telling a story, you exaggerate, you portray the same thing. So what happens actually? You have to modulate voice up and down based on the characters you are portraying within your speech. So these are the rules with respect to the delivery that carries 55 marks. Then last but not the least, the grammar. The proper use of words, playing with words. And whatever language you are using should be according to the occasion that you are delivering a tall tale speech in. So these three parts based on which your speech should be written in order to win in the tall tale. How many of you participated in the last tall tale contest? One. Only one? Okay. What was the major challenge while beginning with the tall tale speech?
Actually, the major challenge for me was how should we gather our thoughts to make a very innovative, a creative idea, और जो शुरू में आपने कहा कि कैसे लंबी छोड़े.
Good.
But it was very challenging, especially.
So, got the point. And very much relevant. And that's why I'm witness you had a very successful tall tale. So the creation of an idea is a major and the basic challenge in order to write a tall tale. The creation of an idea. Now question arises here, how you can create idea? Anyone, if they can guide me through?
Past experience.
Sorry?
Past experience.
In tall tale? Okay. Okay. So today I'm going to give you my secret. How I develop an idea. First of all, remember, as I mentioned you in the content, there should be the end goal. There should be an end goal. So you should look for a message that actually close to your heart, that you want to deliver to your audience, the takeaway. That means the end. You should think first about the end. When you have that closing idea that you want your audience to take away with, then around that particular quote or anything, you can build a story around. Since it is a tall tale, so you don't need to be logical. Because tall tale is an illogical and exaggerated story. So take a quote, anything that is inspirational, small piece of information, small piece of a lesson that you have learned in your life, you can take that lesson and build your story around it. Now how? I'll give you an example. In last year, at the club level, I was thinking that, where should I start with? Suddenly, a quote came in front of me on the Facebook that if you are buttering if someone is buttering you, remember, he or she has a slicer in his or her other hand. So that was a very catchy idea that I picked up. And I made the title of my speech, Buttering is equivalent to shattering your mind. And I built a story around it. And you can say anything. So the first thing is creation of an idea, and how you can take that idea, anything that is close to your heart, take it. and build your story around it. It is very rare that in tall tale, because I have seen tall in many places, outside the club, outside the district as well, very small number of tall tales that carry message. So if your tall tale carry a message, remember, you will hit the judge's heart. So that's a good ploy. Number one, create an idea with respect to the quote, and around that idea build a story. Then, second part, that was step one. Step two is content. Now, idea is there around which you have to build a story. Remember, you should start with a very catchy opening. It can be anything that should immediately engages your audience. Make some silly gag, a joke, or a silly act here, so that audience immediately grasp and understand what you are going to say next. Then, that's the opening. Then build up a smooth transition into that idea from the other. I'll give you an example. When I was making that tall tale speech, I was writing it, I started that one day I got up, I was feeling very hungry. I went outside and I saw there was a butter, a plate, and pieces of slices on the table. I went over there and suddenly a sound came. Ah. So what happened, when I made this sound, the crowd started laughing. And they immediately attached with me. And they were looking for what I'm going to say next. So this is how I transition my idea of butter from opening to the next level. And when you move to the body of that contains the 3-minute portion, there you can say anything. Anything foolish, anything illogical, because you have to make the audience laugh. You have to make the audience enjoy. That's a totally entertaining concept. And last thing, as I said, the climax. Climax is very much important. As I said, the end goal that you thought in the beginning. With smooth transition, deliver your climax and your end note or your end message. And when you're leaving the stage, try to be a little bit emotional with your end message. If possible, bring that feeling within yourself that could bring tears into your eyes. That will help you to engage yourself with the judges and the audience as well. Well, step 3. Content is ready, idea is ready. Now, exaggeration. In the 3 minutes of your tall tale, you have to exaggerate. I went there, I saw Huram Sultan, what a nice face with a big, beautiful body. You can picturize and visualize anything and let your audience feel that they are actually looking what was happening over there. So that was the basic idea and basic understanding in a tall tale. So from my side, I will wish you all a very good luck for the upcoming contest, and I will appreciate every one of you to participate. And now, for 3 minutes, I will request anyone if they have any question, please. Yes.
Please just tell us the secret. How do you bring out those noises?
Because I love to entertain people. And for their entertainment, I can do anything. So till my audience are entertained, I would love to do anything. It does not matter. And how I made these noises? With practice. Yes, with practice. Yes.
Exaggeration is always illogical. Can you explain?
Explain. So have you got the idea of tall tale contest? Okay. What is exaggeration, which is illogical? For example, it was raining outside like cats and dog. I was going there, suddenly a shield came below my feet and I was flying in the air. Maybe you are just walking outside in the rain and even you don't have umbrella. And you are saying that suddenly something came down to your feet and you are flying now in the air. So this is exaggeration, means the matter of mundane discussion, the normal discussions matter, that you extend and इसे कहते हैं ना बढ़ा चढ़ा के बयान करना, एक इतनी सी बात है उसको खींच के इतना कर देना. That is called exaggeration. Okay, please sir, Irfan sir.
Thank you so much for sharing beautiful tips with us. It was really a lovely presentation because we have learned a lot from these things. You have told us so many things, especially if you have focused on your beginning, that you have to grab the attention. That was like that how we can really make the beginning attractive.
Good. Very relevant and appropriate question, and I appreciate you for put that question on me. There are many people who actually feel shy to come on a stage and do such kind of silly things.
Especially in the beginning.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. So, it is not necessary that you do some silly act. As I said, you can start with a joke, such kind of joke that can easily attract. For example, I'm going to give you another example. An apple a day keeps the doctor away. I'm having apple on a daily basis, but unfortunately, I am unable to keep the doctor away. You know why? My wife is a doctor. So these kind of things, it does not contain anything that you come on a stage and do some silly act. So it's a very normal. So these kind of things can actually.
Tall tale speeches, what is the practical side of that?
Great. Tall tale, the only thing tall tale gives you is the confidence. Okay? The people usually are very shy to come on a stage and say normal speech, and when it is tall tale, it is beyond that. So if you are able to present yourself, to do some silly thing, making jokes, try to entertain people, it boosts up your confidence. So this is something, it's a takeaway from a tall tale, I can understand that. And thank you very much. Bob.